What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Was It Real? The Hills Rewatch Podcast, Season 1, Episode 9. Love is not a maybe thing. No, it is not. Today we have Jordan Eubanks and Brian Drolet here to discuss this pivotal episode. What is going on, guys? How are you?
Hello.
Doing good. No see.
I haven't
What's
seen
up,
you guys
guys?
together in forever.
Yeah, we were just saying double trouble.
The duo.
The dynamic duo, Batman and Robin.
You can have Batman.
Batman.
You can have Batman. You can have
Jordan and Pippen.
Jordan and I'm Jordan.
Jordan and Pippen.
Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and
I
Shaq.
don't even know
I
what
think it's a
that is.
basketball term.
Oh, that's
It's
why.
offensive is what it is.
But yes, we are still best buddies.
Oh my
20
gosh.
years.
Okay, so we got to start talking about the show right now. So here we go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so right off the top, Heidi comes to my apartment, and Jordan, apparently you and Heidi were having an argument, and she was really upset. I don't remember what the argument was about. I don't know if you do, if you can give us some insight. But I think this was like the beginning of where you guys were arguing a lot, and she was just done, and she doesn't know if she could do this anymore. And she, I think you guys were arguing a lot about her working at Bolt House and being out a lot and gone.
Yeah, I mean, what I remember, I was always out, like at those same places, that the Bolt House places. Like, so we would always go out together. And then, yeah, I mean, when I think back about that whole breakup, I mean, it did come out of left field, right?
I mean, I was shocked when I found out they broke up. I never saw them arguing. I never saw him upset. So, like, if you watch, I went back and watched and was like, I don't remember this being like this. Like, I never saw them even argue or knew of anything until they broke up. I was like, what?
So you don't really remember specifically what the fight was about, but you guys were just kind of picking in fights over whatever.
Yeah, it could have been about anything, honestly.
So then they go from that scene to Lauren at Teen Vogue telling Whitney about her like amazing birthday, and Jason like surprised her at the hotel and flowers and
The limo again. Same limo.
like everything.
Same limo you used to everything.
And like at this
limo,
point, Jason wants to get a spot in Malibu with Lauren and get a beach house for the summer. So they're doing good at this point. You guys are doing bad.
Which I wish that would have. I don't think that was real. Was that real?
I was about to say 20-year-old beach house in
No. But by the way,
I was
because if so, we would have been at that beach house the whole summer together.
Yeah.
I don't think that was real. I think that was just
Like part of the episode.
I think they definitely had conversations about renting a house.
Right.
100%. I remember that. They definitely talked about renting a house, but I think it was just,
Isn't it really
I
hard?
think before they could even rent it, they probably broke up. They probably just maybe found the place. They filmed that scene because you got to realize like production has to have some sort of cliffhanger coming to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like, and I think
It was a great cliffhanger.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna move to Malibu together, but then I think probably they were dealing with the same relationship issues and like they didn't even get a chance to.
That would have been fun to party at that house and just being on the beach during that time.
I mean, you were at my house in Malibu. You were my. Come on.
touche.
Allegedly.
Well, then Heidi, they show you and Heidi again on the couch, and you walk in, and that's when she like wants to have a talk with you, and that's where the princess line comes in, where she wants to be treated like a princess.
Because she treats you like a prince.
Yeah. Everybody should feel like a prince or princess, Everybody should be treated that way.
We're taking you back right now, Jordan. There's like,
Why didn't you take her serious, Jordan?
Well, I think
Why didn't you treat her like a princess?
He's like, what?
I want to know.
I mean, I got her a dog. I got
That's pretty.
I got her a dog. I got her a dog.
Obviously, I was young, dumb, saying dumb things. But I don't look back at Heidi and I's relationship as this, like I said, toxic thing. I really don't. Like, we were always kind of bubbly, having fun, and then just like a right hook. Do
you remember, speaking of bubbly, you guys had this thing where you guys would do like, me. It's on the episodes. I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah. What was that you guys said?
What's
Wait, do it again, bro.
Yeah, do it on the episode.
You guys are like kind of like
you go, and then she goes,
It was like a Snoopy. It was like a Snoopy, like that the wah 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 wah.
I don't know, but I would definitely say that I've always had like like for instance, when I have a dog, like I'll personify the dog and have a voice for the dog.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it was probably Bella. It was our voice that we had.
Yeah,
for
you had
Bella.
for Bella. Okay.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I got a voice for Shuey.
What's the Shuey voice?
It's like how I talk to him.
Oh, how you guys talk
Come
to me?
here, Shuey. Like I say, I
You
sound.
think he's Mexican?
What's that, like? I don't know. I really don't. It just comes out. Maybe.
I've actually
Mexican, I
always
don't know.
thought that's a good idea for a reality show because every owner has a voice for their pets
Oh, yeah.
and they communicate with one another. It's like this inside thing that people don't want to talk about. But I'm pretty sure that that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably.
Had to have been
Yeah.
because I can't
I
imagine.
think the
doing,
last-
"Yeah, maybe
There were nicknames too, because
I don't even know what that
Jason
is.
called Lauren Whoopi, and then she would call
Bub.
Jason Bubba or Bub.
Bub.
And I was like, what?
And
Those
they
nicknames.
speaking this like baby voice to each other, and I'm just like,
I've never been the baby voice person. I don't know.
I was young.
There's a whole episode of
That's
Seinfeld
funny.
about that.
oh really?
Yeah.
She talks to you, and then
That's right.
you guys get into an argument, and then you're like, I'm going to go for a run.
And she locks the door.
Locks the door. That's right. And then I run all the way to Pan Pacific Park and meet this guy,
to meet
right?
Brian.
Okay.
And then you guys have a little conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
It
remember
did
that?
seem like something snapped in Heidi's head. And like you were saying about production, or maybe somebody got into her head about breaking up or whatever it was. It definitely could seem like, because he said, I mean, later
I
on.
didn't get in her head. Frankie
later-
over
later-
here.
By the way, I want to be honest. The show makes it look like you got in her head, like you were the one supporting the breakup a lot.
I was supporting her.
The
Yeah,
breakup.
Audrina was supporting Heidi.
Right.
That
I
was
wasn't
her.
telling her break up with him. He's
Of
a
course.
bad
But why are
guy.
people
Jordan
like
was
if
awesome.
if Brody's wrong, I'm gonna tell Brody, hey bro, you're wrong. Go apologize to your girl. Bro.
I didn't know the dynamic
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know their relationship that
Just her
well.
one
All I
side.
knew was Heidi's side, and
Right.
that was it.
Mhm,
What she
mhm,
told me.
mhm. I have some things to say about that. I definitely think it was manipulated because it literally was a right hook to
So-
me, and even how it all
seemed
went
like
down.
Sure, but listen to yourself. Like when you're on that scene with when you guys go to play basketball, and Brian tells you like, "Yo, dude, well, why don't you go and like put a suit on and go give her some flowers and like go try, right? Go do something to like make it to like make the relationship better." You were like very uninterested to trying anymore. Like it was like you had given up that romance and that like, hey, if she doesn't like this, like you. It seemed like you threw in the towel before she even breaks up with you.
Yeah, like I said, I think even Heidi would probably say this. I would say we were maybe 60, 70, 80 tops percent like we really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? We met each other's family, but we were also aware because, you know, I remember conversations with Heidi, just like our lives were changing. Like it was crazy. We were being flown all over the country and going to all these places and doing all these things. So it was even during that time, it was just all such a wild thing. So I don't know how committed we were. Because when I say Matt, when I'm like had that Matt attitude, you know, I'm probably thinking, well, I'm young. I just moved here. I know this guy's like, don't get tied down. Don't get tied down.
I know,
don't get tied
Brian.
down."
Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, imagine moving to LA and this guy gets in a relationship the first week. I'm like, there goes my wingman. But yeah, I tried to give the young fella some advice. Suit, flowers, ladies, you know, that's how I like to treat you. But he didn't have any interest. I think you were pissed off. I would be livid if I was filming a show with somebody all day, every day, and I show up. All my stuff is packed. It's not even my stuff. It's just for, dramatic effect. I mean, they were all day, every day, inseparable. Like I said, I had no clue that anything was wrong. So I was kind of shocked and, get flowers, wear a suit and try and make it right.
And he says that you guys were being flown, but you weren't being flown until the show aired, bro. Because after the show airs, they shot the season first, then they showed the show, and that's when you guys became like instant like that like little team, and you started going to like flying out with Brian, or you were getting flown with Jason, and you guys were going to like different cities. But you didn't get that didn't happen. You were already broken up. You were already on a single tear by that point.
We were definitely at like New York Fashion Week together and stuff as a couple. Like we did travel during the creation of that show, and it was, I guess, word was getting out what we were doing. So it did start to come, like even before we wrapped on that show.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think we were all kind of shocked because you guys were so happy together. And
Yeah.
then it's like, that's what the question is. Do you think it was kind of manipulated by production? And I know with the relationship that I was in on the show later, like there was a lot of manipulation and instigating, and having a relationship on camera versus off camera is very different, like two different worlds.
We all know that there's a certain confidence that comes with being properly groomed. There's an aura, a vibe. You can just tell by the way they carry themselves. We call this BGE, big groomed energy. And there's only one way to get that BGE, Manscaped. We'd like to introduce to you their best and biggest ultimate hygiene bundle yet, the Platinum Package 4.0 Manscaped. It is the leader in below-the-waist grooming. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code HILLS.
I love me some Platinum Package. Inside, you get their Air Lawn Mower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Ultra Premium Body Wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, Ultra Premium Deodorant, Crop Preserver, Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Ball Spray Toner, Anti-Chafing Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag to hold your goods while traveling.
Damn.
I love all their products, actually, but I'm really digging the body wash and the boxers so that they don't give you that little chafing, you know? They are perfect for summer months when it's sweaty out there, you know?
No, the body wash it's great. I mean, it's super hydrating. The Platinum Package 4.0 is legit. It covers everything from trimming to showering to leaving the gym smelling nice. This is the best bang for your buck, guys. Get 20% off free shipping with the code HILLS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code HILLS. Unlock your big groomed energy with Manscaped. And remember, when you trim the hedges, the trees stand taller.
Your hair is completely unique and products that address its specific needs. That's where Function of Beauty comes in. Function of Beauty is the world's first fully customizable hair care that creates individually filled shampoos, conditioners, styling, and treatment formulas based on your hair now and where you want your hair to go. Founded by a dream team of engineers and cosmetic scientists, each Function of Beauty product is individually designed to be as unique as you are. So I've went on their website, I put down some hair goals. You can choose up to 5. And for me, I wanted to achieve more volume. And I also wanted to strengthen and lengthen my hair. Then I chose the fragrance, which I chose lavender, and the color bottle was pink. My freshly filled formula was delivered straight to my door. So say goodbye to generic hair care for good. Today, go to functionofbeauty.com/hills to take your hair goals quiz, and you'll save 25% on your first order. Go to functionofbeauty.com/hills to let them know you heard about it from our show, and to get 25% off your first order. That's functionofbeauty.com/hills to take your hair quiz and save 25% on your first order.
Okay, so this is what I would say. If you go to someone that, let's say, we're both kind of like, well, you know, maybe we don't really want to be in the relationship, but we're in the relationship, and you were to go to this person and say, hey, listen, Heidi, this is your show. You're one of the pillars of this show. If you're not 100% in, you know, have girl time. Like let's explore that storyline and play that out. So
Dating,
I can definitely,
being single,
of course,
Yeah.
I can definitely see that happening. Now, I'm not speaking like I don't know this to be facts at all. I just know how the breakup went down was very fishy because we were supposed to film the next day, but I got a call first of all, I was told you need to go stay at your apartment. And I was like,
By Heidi?
no, by production.
Okay.
Stay at my apartment. So I'm like, okay, so we go home. I go home and we're hanging out. And then I get a call and they're like, change of plans. Can you be here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.? And I'm like, okay. So when I go there, I'm being held downstairs and they're like, you can't go up. And this was weird. Like it was like a weird thing. Like I was like, everything felt different.
Mhm.
And so I'm like a pretty sensitive dude. Like I can cry like pretty easily. So all I know is as I'm walking up there, it's like the, when Dave Chappelle's coming out and he's shaking everybody's hand, it's the opposite of that. It's like I'm walking through all these people from the garage all the way up, and everybody's just kind of like looking at me because they know
what's going down.
Yeah, they know what's about to happen. And I get to the door, and Sophia, bless her heart, was standing there. And she's like, hold. And I'm like, something's about to happen.
Right.
And I walk in there and I see this giant pile of clothes and all these cameras, people looking at me. And all of a sudden I just start weeping just because it was all like, it was probably like embarrassment. Like it's a little bit of everything, right? And it all just starts coming out of me. And yeah, I'll never live that down. Like that was real. That was raw emotion because, and it wasn't necessarily so much I was heartbroken. It was like.
And you and Lauren didn't get along?
Me and Lauren? Oh yeah, we always got along.
So she wasn't like, cause I've always known her to be very like compassionate, like sympathetic. So she didn't even like say like, you okay? Like she was just like.
And as he walked by, Lauren just like eating her
You
food.
just walked by and you walked out and like
She's like eating her popcorn as it's all going down.
I think it was all.
She was like this.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, I think it was masterful what they did. It was. I mean, but like I said, you obviously you don't know if that's real. Maybe it was an actual real moment. She wanted to break up. She told them, and they.
Did you call her after to try to get back with her after this, or you just like let it be done?
I don't think we had much conversations.
Like that was it.
Literally, we had. Yeah, there wasn't much after that that I remember. Yeah, because it was just like
things were happening so fast too.
Yeah, it was a right hook
and like,
for sure.
Yeah, right hook, and then
then because I don't think we're involved in the final episode really, right? I never even watched the 10th episode.
You didn't.
The final
it's
episode.
Mostly about Lauren and Jason in Paris and like that stuff and Teen Vogue and No, this was like your big.
This
episode.
is
My
when
goodbye.
this
was your farewell.
So then
Yes,
from the conversation, you start talking to her about everything that you go, kind of like everything you have to like digest. And she's telling you like, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he's saying, "I'll do anything to fix it." Like, "I'll do anything, please." And she.
But see,
seemed like
now
she
you
was
want to
just
do it.
checked out.
This is the problem with men.
Now,
Now
Well,
Now
this
that
is
you
the
wanna
problem.
do that.
Girls make up their mind way before.
Right.
And then guys feel like it's out of left field. But for the girl, it's like, no, this has been an ongoing thing.
Right.
We've been telling you. And once that flip is switched, you can't turn it back on. It's like done.
Your best friend told you to change and to wear a suit and take some flowers. No. And now you want her to be like that. I'm sure that as a young man, the ego probably is like, nah, she ain't ever leaving me, right? Like until they're like, hey, dude, I already went on a date before I left you. Like it's already done.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah.
who knows? I mean, it was such a moment that I couldn't get past. The cameras were everywhere, and
Did you feel disrespected in a way that she didn't give you a heads up or that you were just thrown into there?
yeah, I was just like I said, it just came out of left field. Like I really felt like it came out of it was just a right hook to the face, and but yeah, no, it's. I
Also, you left without your stuff.
that wasn't my stuff. None of that
It's
was
just
my
to
stuff.
add the
It was just
shock
that was
value.
for the shock value, and it was like in a pile.
But when
like
you
a
saw it like
pyramid.
that, you're like, that's not even my stuff.
Whose stuff is that?
Whose stuff is that?
Who's moving in?
Who know? I could have said that. They just wouldn't use it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't go down gun blazing. Like I clearly.
Would you have done it differently today? Like if you were like going to that scene and you see all that stuff, would you be like,
Well, none of this is my stuff.
Yeah.
Can I get the dog,
Turn it
please?
around.
like you forgot the dog, you forgot your, and she, she goes and grabs your keys. It's like, this is my key.
I know.
And takes it. You like, I'm just like seeing like, damn,
She
this
gangstered that.
Brian, what are your thoughts on this? Did he go to you after this, like in real life, but like call you after?
So in real life, I think Jason and I were at him and I's apartment. That he was never there. He was always at Heidi and Lauren's. And then when he showed up and said that they had broken up, Jason and I were like speechless. Couldn't believe it. Had no clue. Didn't feel real. I was, and then when I actually saw the episode and saw the way it all went down, the producer in my brain was like, this is cold to do to this guy. Like, and I was shocked, honestly. I was blown away. And I personally felt like, okay, because, love Heidi, but ever since I had met her, her goal was to be more famous than Kristen Cavallari. That's like all she ever talked about. And I'm like, oh, she knew this was going to make for good TV, and she did this to her boyfriend, who she says she's in love with. This is cold. I was like, welcome to Hollywood. That's what I thought.
Right up top, we want to thank EmbarkVet.com for supporting Was It Real. Go to EmbarkVet.com to get free shipping and save $40 with promo code HILLS. My family loves our dogs. We have 3 dogs, which we love so much. And I'm so excited to do this DNA test on them because I really want to know if my boy Bolt has relatives, if he has little brothers and sisters around, because I know that he would love to play with them.
Embark is found to be the most trusted dog DNA test based on a blind study of 2,000 dog owners. It has more than 215 genetic health risks across 315 breeds. That's more breeds than any other dog DNA test.
Did you know that 75% of dogs are at risk or a carrier for a genetic health condition? I honestly had no idea, so I'm looking forward to getting the results back on Lady so I can go over them with my vet and make a suitable plan for her.
Our dogs are part of our family, and Embark gives you hundreds of actionable health insights with a simple cheek swab. Once you get the results, you can share them with your vet and make a plan. You can be proactive with their health, and honestly, our dogs deserve it.
Embark offers the most scientifically advanced dog DNA test. Their test analyzes more than 230,000 genetic markers. That's over twice as much genetic data as the competition. Right now, Embark has a limited time offer on their breed and health kit and purebred kit for our listeners. Just go to embarkvet.com to get free shipping and save $40 with promo code HILLS.
Visit EmbarkVet.com and use promo code HILLS to save $40 today.
I mean, Jason did make a comment saying that he thought him and Lauren would break up before you guys would ever break up.
Yeah, it was a total shock.
Mhm.
Couldn't
It seemed
believe
like that. It did seem like it came out a little bit.
Yeah, it was really abrupt.
I think that the episodes before led, and not the fights and stuff. I think that her getting a feeling of, not her, the producers, maybe the producer getting a feeling of like, hey, Sex and the City does it this way. They're really successful. We need our girls to be single. We need our girls to be going on dates. We need them to like.
Yeah, I had
figure it out.
agents tell me
sure.
that it's not good to have a boyfriend. You want to
For
be
sure.
single.
Understood.
You want to be.
But now that you're on the show, they're probably like they see that episode with the models and like they're seeing like all these models and then you see the reaction of
We need
Whitney.
to kill these boyfriends.
Yeah.
Even Lauren's Lauren's
literally.
face is like lighting up with these guys that are seeing like just coming up and like I don't think that was acting. I think they really were like that. And then the producer in me, if I would have been on the other side, was like, hey, what are we doing with guys? Let's start bringing more guys around instead of like.
And then
the
Brody
same-
and Spencer come in.
The door's open.
The door's open.
The door's open.
No, but for real, like this, I
Save
think
that for
that's
next
what
season.
probably
Yeah.
happened with the producer. And they were like, "Hey, Heidi, we need you. You want to be the star? We
I
need you to be
guarantee
single.
you they said that to
Yeah.
her.
We need you to be
Guarantee.
single."
Yeah, there's
Like the guy, like, and by the way, being the producer, the guy keeps yelling at you, doesn't treat you like
Right.
a princess. Like
there was a lot of like
100%.
psychological conversations that do
100%.
make you think, and you're like, wait, should I or yeah?
And
Like,
by
they
the
get in
way,
your
when
head.
we started filming this, it wasn't at least presented to us as a show about these girls. It was a show about people in Hollywood. So we had no clue until the show came out. Like, oh, it's about them.
Right.
So and they cut out so much stuff
What?
that we filmed about our individual lives.
No,
Yeah,
that's yeah.
everybody knew it was the Lauren Conrad show.
Not
No.
in the beginning.
Stop. Yes, we did.
Maybe that she was going to be one
When
of the
we-
main people,
when we
but it was
started filming for MTV. How they posed it was
You, me, Talon, the 4 of us were right there. You told us about the show when you first broke the news because Talon was on Laguna and you guys were like, hey, why don't you guys go and kind of like go talk to the producers about it? And Talon's like, me? I'm gonna be the biggest movie star in the world. Like he was like, I want nothing to do with reality anymore. He was like completely, I'm gonna be a singer, right? He wanted to be
yeah.
He was
shout out to Talon. We love you, buddy.
Talon.
we do love
Yeah,
we do
Tom.
love him, and then with me, I was like, I had my own side of my own world with my TV show I had.
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. So you guys were like kind of like, yeah, Lauren Conrad. It was Lauren Conrad's show. It was untitled. There was no Hills.
I know.
It was a
I want to
Lauren
hear
Conrad
more about
show.
what you were saying, though. Like, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so they filmed so much stuff about our own individual things, but by the time it came to the show, all of that was left out, and we were just, which is fine though. Like obviously, when you get all this footage over a year, you look at it and you're like, "This is the show right here."
You guys thought you were on Friends, and the show was Sex in the City.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's why we filmed so long. They wanted to see the dynamic and what stories were going to work and who made sense.
Right. That's
Which makes total sense. Like,
Yeah.
just to be clear, we're totally
They
cool
made-
with all that. It
they
was
made
just-
the right choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
producers.
Here we are 19 years later,
Yeah.
however long it's been.
Still
God.
getting recognized. Mind blowing.
So then Lauren tells Whitney that you and Heidi broke up. Whitney was shocked. I think everybody was shocked. And then they talk about how Jason wants to get a house with Lauren in Malibu. So their relationship is kind of,
Mhm.
escalating in a good way. Yours is escalating in a bad way. There is just a lot from this episode to take in. And like, there's a lot going on.
The whole shot driving away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it it is what it is. It happened.
I know. Well, then Heidi comes to see me at work and tells me what happens. And of course, I have a wingman now. So like, let's start tonight.
I had the
Let's
same
go.
thought.
Sorry.
We're going out.
You were like, this is a good thing.
Brian, were you kind of excited? I kind of was.
In the back of my head, I was like, finally.
Now I have a question for you
And
guys.
he had a new girlfriend in like 10 days, I think.
I have a question for you guys.
Did you really? You moved on that fast?
No, not
Oh.
10 days.
2 weeks.
Brian,
Yeah,
2
2
weeks.
weeks, 14
No,
days.
it was a time because there was a period of time where
Jordan has been single for like 2 weeks in the 20 years I've known him.
No, but
a relationship guy.
I remember him
wrong
being
with that.
like sad. Like he was just sad. Super sad for a little bit.
Really? I feel like he recovered pretty quickly. I mean, obviously anybody would be sad after that, but
I think I knew what was captured of me on camera crying.
He was like,
I knew. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to face this in 9 months. Like, this is
Relive.
coming.
Isn't that the worst though? Is reliving those moments, having to watch it and talk about it again when you just want to like leave it in the past.
Yeah.
just hearing your voice and like certain things I wore, I'm like, what was I thinking? I wore that?
Gosh.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, well, let's get into some fan calls. Are you guys ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. The first one is from Lucy.
Hey, my name is Lucy. My question is for Brian and Jordan. What was your favorite moment from season 1? And did you think it was weird that they didn't ask you to come back for any of the Hills on the future seasons? Thanks.
Favorite moment? That's a good question.
I would say definitely watching him do stand up because it was such a monumental moment for him, and I knew he wanted to do stand up, and we were all there. That was cool. Honestly, really, there's a lot of them just going out. I mean, you were always with us. I don't know how you dodged the
side.
camera for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere we went, it was with Frankie.
Frankie
Yeah.
wasn't allowed
Frankie
to
was
film.
sprinkled
Frankie was
everywhere.
like, I have my own show.
Just off camera.
Yeah, I have my own show. I can't do this.
By the way, and I felt really left out because it was like my friends are over here. We're all like, and you could see like as soon as it was like, all right, cut, we're done with the episode, or like with the, and then we were all like, literally
Together.
together.
We
And,
were
and
literally at your table, and you were just, it was crazy.
literally
It's wild.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'll say that was probably the deleted scene. I also had a scene with my father that was kind of special that was deleted. But definitely stand up. That was the first time I ever did it, and it was in front of a huge crowd with cameras, so it was like nerve wracking. But that would probably be my favorite moment. And then it was definitely weird never being on it again and having it become such a huge success, because in our own personal lives, people were constantly asking us, are you going to be on it again? Are you going to be on it again? And it was kind of bizarre to be a part of this something that was still living and going off. But, we started making films and doing our dream was always to make our own movies, and so we were doing that. So we felt happy and fulfilled. But yeah, it's like I think with all of you, we have this connection where for the last 15 years of my life, people will come up to me and ask me about you guys, and so yeah.
When you guys were the OG guys, like I remember on the DVD, it was you, Brian, and
You made it to
Jason.
the- you
like,
made it
you
to the-
three.
DVD and
To
the
the
DVD
cover.
And that's how you age us as well. You guys were on the DVD. What's a DVD? Is it streaming?
Yeah, like I definitely, even in the New Beginnings, I was like, man, it was an opportunity just to all of a sudden, you'll never guess who returns next week. And it could have just been a lunch.
Maybe we should have got you guys on the New Beginnings.
We
with
really
us.
would have
Seriously.
loved to.
I mean, I definitely pitched that.
We
I
pitched
just
a
thought
lot
it
of
was such
people.
like oh my God, what a juicy, because it would have been almost like the closure, right? We had closure, but it's just weird living our lives.
I don't think
and
you
being
had.
like-
I don't think you guys ever had the closure that you deserved. And I was gonna say that on Frankie's confession corner. I was gonna confess that I really wish that you guys would have the three of us and Brody and at that point everybody I'm sure could have been friends with each other. That we would have had that moment on TV forever, right? Because it lives forever. That we would have all been on the same show. Talking about something that we make fun of, because when I see them, I'm like, "What's up, season ones?" It's like a, but it's like our funny, it's our funny thing. It's our funny.
Does he really say that?
It is. He's always like, I'm on 5 seasons. I'm on 5 seasons.
I just go like, you know how like Kobe goes like this, you know?
We're just like,
To everybody else.
Frankie.
Fine.
I had
one.
I had an idea for a new show for all of us. It's called Over the Hills.
Over the
Over
hill.
the hills.
Over the hill.
Scripted
Oh my
comedy.
I love it.
Did you ever think that was it? After you did you ever think about it? Fuck, Jordan, why didn't you make it work? We had a show. It was paying us money. It was gonna start paying a lot of money. You should have been Brian. You were on the side, being like, dude, because after he was done, they associated you with
Yeah.
because Jason came back and they didn't bring you back with Jason. See what I'm saying? And you were just as great friends with Jason as you were with
Yeah.
Jordan at that point.
Well, my thinking was, since I was saying no for a while and didn't kind of want to do the show in their eyes, once he was gone, I think they just probably viewed me as a guy who didn't even want to be there in the first place. Having said that, I'm glad I did it, and I ended up it being a really enjoyable, good experience. But at the time, I just, I'd come from a world where, you didn't do reality if you wanted to do acting. So I was always scared and had that. So I just looked at me not going back as them assuming I didn't want to do it or be a part of it. But over the years, like I said, always in the back of our mind, we thought it would have been nice to go back and, I don't know, had some sort of closure or some sort of follow up to that.
You should have been a prince. You just should have been a prince.
You should have treated her like a princess, Jordan. You should have worn that suit with those flowers. Come on, you know how many followers we could have? We would have been on more seasons.
I have a feeling like even if you did everything perfectly the way she wanted, that was inevitable. I think that was the way that the producers were thinking and the way they wanted
They
the
had
show
their
to go.
story,
They had
their
their
mind
story,
made
and I
up.
think he could have been an angel, and they would have still been like,
yeah.
"Yep, no."
See ya.
You know,
Yeah.
it's- from what it seems like.
But it
We're
is what
dramatic
it is.
enough.
Yeah.
We
everything
always
happened.
have that in common, that first season, and we can't escape it. Still,
Well, life is good. Life clearly is still good for both of you. You guys are killing it. I heard you guys just what is it? You guys just sold? Are you pitched to Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
You guys are working together. That's awesome.
a sneaker
Amazing.
puppet show. We're
That's-
excited.
I love that. That's really cool. You guys. It is cool to see you guys still working together and still best friends. And I mean,
They've made a couple of movies too that they've kind of funded it by themselves. And I remember they shot a really cool movie that they invited me to be on it.
Be Like Trees.
Be Like Trees.
Currently available on YouTube.
I love that.
No, but it's for real. It's a great movie. I watched it. It touched me in a different way because that movie, he dedicates it to his mom, who had this autoimmune disease.
Yeah, the whole movie's dedicated to my mother who passed away, and she was an artist, a wonderful artist. Actually, I lost my mother right when we started filming season 1, so I was kind of going through that,
Oh,
which
wow.
nobody really knows about. But yeah, Be Like Trees is kind of a dedication to her and the spirit by which she lived, which was, even when she was faced with being told she had 3 years left to live. She fought for 15 years.
Oh.
She was always painting. She was always like the goofball and just being the life of the party and just a goofy artist who loved to create. And that's kind of why on my hand I have make good art. And that's kind of like, another little dedication to her. So.
Yeah, man.
And by the way, Frankie, you have a role in anything we ever make, and that's extended to you guys. You ever want to make a cameo in a movie? We'd be lucky to have it.
Yeah, they
appreciate that. Frank, you gotta start studying.
Well, it was so good having you guys on and catching up. And
yeah, man. You guys,
seeing you.
we wish you a lot of luck on everything you keep doing, and we're here for you too, to like help you guys, however we can push you guys to the top of the hill.
The top of the hill, because
thank
we're
you for
over the
having
hill.
us. And, we got nothing but love for all you guys.
Appreciate that. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Follow, rate, and review The Hills Rewatch wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you like to watch us, go check us on YouTube. Thanks for listening.